This is Garry Moore.
Carry me back.
Tonight I've got a secret, goes western. So if all you coyotes out there will settle down, I'd like you to meet my saddle pals. First, there's Buckskin Betsy Palmer. Next, we have Calamity Jane Meadows. And then Black Bart Morgan. And then Wild Bill Cullen. And now I Got a Secret rides again. Adult Western Secret, starring the king of the pale faces, Garry Moore. Ooh, a sat on it? Thank you very much. And good evening, all you galoots. That's Western, ain't it? All you galoots. And welcome to another edition of I've Got a Secret, a special Western edition, as you can possibly gather. We are very glad to have you with us. I would like to have you, well, you've already met the panel. I would like to tell you, panel, that you may have noticed that there are some strangers at the tables behind me. Actually, they are strangers only to you. I have met them and I have enjoyed them. We invited them here tonight to help us set the mood for this, our Western I've Got a Secret. All of these people have secrets. They are related to famous persons whose names have become legendary in Western history. It'll be up to you to guess the names of the relatives. And just to get the tumbleweed a-tumbling, hope this mic's on the right side, and it is, all right. Let me talk to this lady and gentleman over here. Can you tell us what your name is, please, and where you are from?
I am Mrs. Angela Lapointe in Rapid City, South Dakota.
And she is from Rapid City, South Dakota. And what a tribe, please, Mrs. Lapointe?
Sioux.
The Sioux Indians. Now, Mrs. Lapointe, if you'll whisper to me the name of your famous relative, we'll show it to the folks at home. Now, there is a gentleman here who we shall call Colonel X. Colonel is his right designation. X, of course, is not his right name. Colonel X, if you will whisper the name of your famous relative to me, please. Now, panel, keeping in mind that there are only a certain limited number of legendary Western figures, I am going to give you only one guess each as to the relative. Now, we will start with Mrs. Lapointe, and Bill Cullen will start at the top with you. What do you think would be the name of her relative?
Well, seeing her with an army man, I'd guess the Sitting Bull.
I haven't shot at the army man now? You nodded when you got her, but you set him up very well for Jane. Let me just get behind you here, Colonel. Mrs. Lapointe, you are what relation to a Sitting Bull?
Chief Sitting Bull is my grandfather.
Your grandfather. Do you actually remember the chief? How old were you when he died?
No, my grandfather got killed before I was born.
Oh, before you were born. I see. So you never actually knew him. Nice to have you with us, Mrs. Lapointe. Now let's go on to Jane Meadows. You're going to have to try to guess the identity of Colonel X over here, Jane Meadows.
Well, from your hint a little while ago,
My hint?
would it have been a general? Would it be General Custer?
That's it. We thought we were being so sly, didn't we? And it didn't last at all. Sir, tell us about General Custer. There are many conflicting reports about him in all of the history books, and some people say that General Custer, when defeated by Sitting Bull at the Battle of Little Bighorn... By the way, why is it called Little Bighorn?
That fateful battle was fought along the Little Bighorn River in Montana near the junction with the Bighorn River. in eastern
Oh,
Montana.
there's a big horn,
And
but
the
there's a
little-
smaller one called a
and
little bighorn. All right, well, now, many times in history books they will say that General Custer was acting contrary to orders at the time. Is that true?
That's quite a controversial subject, Gary. And to clear the matter up, I'd like to quote just one sentence from the General's orders when he left General Terry's headquarters on 22nd June along the Yellowstone River. It read in part, "It is, of course, impossible to give you definite instructions at this time. And were it not impossible to do so, the department commander places too much confidence in your ability, energy, and zeal to impose on you precise orders which might hamper your actions when nearly in contact with the enemy." And I think that answers the question.
In other words, he had complete carte blanche. The headquarters said to him, do what you see fit, and
Yes,
he saw
sir.
fit to go into that battle.
Yes, sir. Certainly.
Well, it's a valiant battle. He came out second best in a situation where second best is pretty bad. Thank you, Colonel. Thank you, Mrs. Lapointe. Very nice to have had you both with us. Now, I would like to welcome our next contestant, please. Will you come in, please, sir? Good to see you. Have a seat.
Oh, thank you.
Will you tell... What a nifty-looking outfit.
Thank you.
This is early CBS wardrobe I have here. I can hardly move it.
Need a shave.
Yes, my pants need a shave. They do. Will you tell the panelists, please, what your name is and where you're from?
My name is Rod Red Wing, and I am from California.
He is Rod Redwing, and he is from California, and he has an intriguing secret. So, Rod, if you whisper it to me... Now, panel, Mr. Redwing's secret concerns something that he does, and, Bill, we'll start with you. Well, no, let's not start with Bill. We left off with Jane. Let's start with Henry, please. Oh, he's a smooth one.
I want to tell you this. I know how to act Western. There's only one thing you have to know.
What's that?
You know, every time he talks to the lady, he says, "Well, miss."
And he also kicks dust.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
another part. That's quite true.
All right, Henry, got any questions?
Red Wing, this thing that you do, obviously is not related to your acting, is it? Is it a physical thing you do?
Yes, it is.
Is it something that you can lift?
Oh, definitely.
It concerns something that he does.
Something that I do.
Well, I said physically, and then I said lift, meaning...
Oh, yes. Yes.
Can you...
It concerns
Is it
something
a matter
that
of
he can
strength
Yeah.
as much as anything?
lift. What was your question, Henry? Your last one? You
I
said...
said, was it a matter of strength as much as...
No, it is not a matter of strength. All right, now we go to Betsy Palmer, please.
Well, I'm afraid that I have to disqualify myself in a way because I know Red Wing. We worked together in a movie. I don't think I'm sure what his secret is, though. I mean, what do we do?
Well, Betsy, I tell you what we'll do. We'll give you a quasi... we'll give you a chance to get off the hook here. You stay silent. We'll go
All
to
right.
Bill Cullen, and then we'll go to Jane, and then we'll
All
come to
right.
you if they haven't got it by that time.
Fine.
All right? And by the way, Rod, it is not proper to refer to you as Red Wing. That's like calling me Moore or calling Henry Morgan, isn't it?
Yes,
Red Wing is your
yes,
last name.
that's Red Wing
It's either
is my
Mr. Red Wing or Rod, either one. Okay? Bill.
Mr. Red Wing Rod, I never worked with you, but I do think, being sort of a Western fan, strictly from observing, I could never get into it. My pants are too long, Gary. I step on them. I think I read an article about you. Are you not considered the fastest draw in all of Hollywood?
That's correct.
Is that not it? Is that your secret, that you are the fastest?
That's true, but it's not his secret.
Is not you once you shot your toe while drawing?
No, I never did.
It is something you are beside being the fastest. Is it someone's teacher? You teach people. I know that. You teach the Western stars how to draw fast enough to make it look good.
Yeah. Mr. Red Wing, or Rod's secret, is that he teaches movie and television cowboys how to draw and how to shoot guns. Now, Rod, who were some of the movie cowboys or TV cowboys that you've taught?
Well, Cisco Kid, Wild Bill Hickok, Kit Carson, Lone Ranger, Range Rider, Tonto, Annie Oakley, Bill Cullum, and Track Down. Bill Culp and Track Down.
Yes, Bill Culp.
And practically all of the big Western movie stars.
Well, I understand you have a prize pupil that you're working with right now. Who are you teaching to draw?
I certainly do. He's my favorite actor and a perfectionist, Marlon Brando.
That old Westerner, Marlon Brando. How is he? Is he good at it?
He's going to be very, very good, and he's going to show you some new gun tricks that haven't been seen in Westerns before.
Well, great. Now, in the movies, you know, Rod, that any time a guy who gets a reputation as a fast gun comes along, then also, immediately upon his heels, there follows some young punk who wants to challenge him.
Absolutely correct.
Isn't that right? Well, back in the days when I was riding the range in Baltimore, I was known as the biggest punk on Bolton Street. So I would like to challenge you now to a duel.
Here we go again.
Now, first of all, though, I think it's only fair that you let me get my hat off the spittoon. It seems only sanitary. Now, sir, if you will, first of all, teach me a little bit how to do this.
Well, you've got to learn how to handle your gun first.
Yeah?
Like this. Here, 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 here.
Ready? Now, first you take it out. Then you...
No, that's too slow.
Then you twirl it around, and then you get it in like that, right? Oh, no, sorry. Like that, right?
That's correct, but I'll tell you what you do. You just pull the trigger, and I'll do the drawing. Now, here's what you do. To draw, you've got to reach for the gun with these fingers after you have cocked it with the thumb.
Yeah?
The 3 fingers pull it out of the holster. You point it at the target, and the trigger finger goes into the trigger bowl, and you shoot it. That's all you've got to do. Now, what you do is to pull your gun out.
Already?
Yeah. Now, we will cock it like that.
Yeah.
Now, all you've got to do is to pull the trigger.
You mean I don't even have to draw, and
no,
you're going to beat me?
don't draw. No, you don't have to draw. Just pull the trigger. I'll do the drawing.
Well, when do I pull the trigger?
When you see my hand move.
I see you go for your gun. All I got to do is pull the trigger?
That's right.
And you're going to beat me?
I'll try.
Oh, you're out of your mind. All right. All I got to do is pull the trigger as soon as you go for your gun, right?
That's all you got to do.
All right.
You ready? The Undertakers have a layaway plan for slow guys.
You know, this guy's not only a fast drawer, he's a pretty good con man. Did you notice? He pulls the gun and shoots while he's talking. I was standing there listening to him. Now, let's try it once more, right?
Okay.
Get your microphone hooked on.
I'll try it.
I want fair fight now. I don't want to take you by disadvantage, see?
Okay.
All right, you stand there, hands off your gun. I'm allowed to hold mine up, right?
You're allowed to hold yours up.
All right, you got your microphone on?
Yeah, got my microphone
You ready to go
on.
for your gun now?
Ready to go for your gun.
Oh, anytime that you're ready to go.
Oh. You beat me that time. Because I didn't have a shell.
You didn't have a
shell? You played dirty. You took the shell out of my gun.
Well, I didn't mean to tell you that.
So now let's do it fair and square, okay?
Fair and square, all right.
Square.
Fair and square, we'll do it. Okay.
All ready?
Yeah, Opinion thanks to you, my friend. Rod Red Wing, great guy. I don't come over to your office and laugh at you. Good. You're easier to read than cards anyhow. Let me go back here and say hello to these good people. Now, again, we have 2 people here who have famous relatives. This gentleman here, will you tell us what your name is, please, sir?
Jason Benson is
Yes, sir, and where are you from?
for Apache, Oklahoma.
He is from Apache, Oklahoma. He has a famous relative, well known in Western lore. So we will start with Betsy Palmer. And Betsy, pardon? Oh, no, we got to tell them who it is. Yes, I'm sorry, I left my brains home tonight. Betsy Palmer, we will start with you. You get only one guess as to his famous relative.
Cochise?
Was it Cochise, sir? No, it was not.
No, sir.
Nope. And now we go to Bill Cullen.
I run out of Indian names here. Standing Bull?
It's not Standing Bull nor Kneeling Bull. And we go to Jay Meadows, please.
I can only think of Hiawatha.
All right, Henry's got it, I bet you.
I got it, but it ain't worth a nickel. It's the one they yell when they jump out of airplanes.
That's right. What is it?
Geronimo.
Geronimo was one of the most daring of the Indian chiefs. He completely outfought and outwitted the American army for 20 years. And this young gentleman, who is 99 years old, by the way, was on the warpath with Geronimo for 2 years against the Mexicans and against the United States, winning all the way. Nice to have you with us, sir. This young gentleman over here also has a famous relative. We will call him only Master X. That's all. Now, keep in mind that you have met a relative of Sitting Bulls, of General Custer's, of Geronimo's. Now, young man, will you whisper the name of your famous relative to me? All right. He has a famous relative, and we will start with Bill Cullen. Only one guest. Bill.
Well, from the way you set it up and that laugh, you mentioned all those people. I'm sure he has nothing to do with them. So I'm going to take a stab at Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple, a Westerner? No, certainly
She lives
not.
in California.
I'm going to take a stab at Roy Rogers.
See? Don't
No,
stab
Henry?
Roy Rogers.
I'd like to take a stab at asking whether Jane was near it or not.
No. All right, now we go to Betsy.
Good guess.
How about Davy Crockett?
Gabby Hayes?
No, now, hold it up. That was not right. We've all had our questions. Will you tell us who your famous relative is?
Henry Morgan.
What'd you say?
I tricked him.
You tricked him. You sure did. This happens to be, Henry, your second cousin, whom you have never met. His name is Dennis Fisher.
Oh, how
Dennis Fisher is who it is. Henry, if you want to know why we lumped you in with the famous Westerners, it's because Henry Morgan is the only one of our panel who lives on the west side of New York. So I make nice to have you both here. Oh, you're back. Good. Thought you never would come back. Now it is time to meet our special guest for tonight, the king of the cowboys, Mr. Roy Rogers. Henry, if I had a hat, I'd jump on it. All during rehearsal, he rehearsed in the most elaborate cowboy outfit you ever saw in your life. This was a complete surprise to me. Knocks me out.
Isn't that something? Well, I see that you were cutting in on my business. I thought I'd be a Madison Avenue dude for a change.
That's becoming to you, I'll tell you.
Look at those. Look at there.
Ain't that fancy? Yeah.
White socks and everything.
You know what? Are they going to let you in over at Madison Square Garden?
I'm not going to take a chance.
Roy is currently over there, you know, with the rodeo. Biggest thing in town. You ought to see it. Give my love to Dale, if you
sure
will,
will.
and tell me your secret, okay? How, hey, hold it. How are you going to do that? Roy Rogers' secret concerns something that he is going to do, and we will start with, well, let's start with Bill, please.
You going to do this thing here tonight, Roy?
Yes.
To us? Or with us?
Yes.
Is it going to be something with which we're not familiar?
I imagine.
Oh, boy.
Can't be too sure. All right, it's $20 down,
With
$60
me, you
to
can be
go.
sure.
We go to Jane. No?
Roy, are animals involved in any way?
Yes.
Would a horse be involved?
Yes.
No. I'm going to get up on the horse
Yes.
and ride it?
Yes.
$40 down, $40 to go, and we go to a green-looking Henry Morgan.
Well, I want you all to know if Jane's going to ride a horse, I ain't worried. Is there more to it?
Yes.
Yes.
Does it involve us?
Yes.
We have to do that.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure.
Oh, there's more to it? It's going to kick us to death. We get prizes.
No, unfortunately.
We get scored on our westmanship.
Yeah, that's right.
As part of the secret, incidental to it, you will get scored on your westernmanship, but that's not the secret. Again, we go to...
Are all four of us going to be on one horse, Roy?
All on the same horse, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Are we going to learn how to lasso from a horse?
No, not tonight.
Are we going to bronco bust?
Probably.
No!
Oh, you might bust. We don't know about the bronco. What you are going to have is a horse race with Roy Rogers here on our stage. Roy, if you'll help me walk this downstage. Strike the scenery, please. Let me get my mic cord free here. Panel, come on up here. Come on up here. We have got five of the wildest steeds you ever saw. Man in the gray flannel suit. He looks great. You take our Palomino pal over here.
Little trigger.
All right. And no. I'll tell you which ones to get on. Betsy, you're on this one, and you propel it. You propel it by pushing down on the pedals. Put your foot on the pedals and just push down.
There's not much room here for
There
a
isn't
girl.
too much, no. Now, Wild Bill Cullen.
Yeah.
You get over here.
I don't like that other horse.
Now, instructions for this, all you have to do is watch Roy Rogers, and you can see. Now, Jane, with your beautiful long legs, you're still going to have to get him up on those. Hook your heels up on him. There you go. Now, Henry, get off for half a moment. Now, we're going to give Henry a handicap. Henry, come here. Down at the village barn every night, they race their customers on us. It's a little difficult, so we'll give you a head start, all right?
Delighted.
Now, here's the course. I go from here, they go from here, all the way down to the finish line. And panel, I will count three. Ready? Don't start yet, Henry. 1, 2, 3. And you're off and running. Down ahead, just to the head. And there goes the Henry Morgan in the step. And back here we have Betsy Palmer. Now Roy Rogers is over ahead, and Janie is going to be the second horse across. Bill Cullen is holding her horse back. You can't see it, but he is. And Roy is backing up. Let's go. Cross the finish line. Cross the finish line. And this has just come apart. And the winner eventually is Wild Bill Cullen. Now, as anybody knows who watches a Western, every Western ends with the heroes and the heroines rising into the setting sun. Well, everyone in place, turn your steed around toward the setting sun. It's going to set that away. I'll get my old partner, Paint, here. Can you bring Paint out? Come on, Paint. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh. And so until next week, if we make it, this is Garry Moore saying bye-bye for all of us. Goodbye.
This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman roundup. This is John Cannon speaking.